Hello everyone, thank you for joining me today for Cannabis in Movies. This is episode 3 already. Today's review is going to be about the movie Super High Me. It stars, it's more, I guess you could say it's more of a documentary, but not really. Documentary slash movie, I guess you'd say. It stars the comedian Doug Benson. If you've never seen any of his comedy, go ahead and check him out. I think he's funny. I mean, sometimes he's a little more crude than he needs to be, but that's how a lot of comedians are anyway. But yeah, I like his comedy. It's funny. So basically the movie is, he does 30 days without smoking cannabis and 30 days smoking cannabis to see what the difference is between the two, when he's not smoking and when he is smoking. And I thought this was a really good take on cannabis in movies, because this is really educating people, really giving them information. Throughout the movie, he shows how he goes to a dispensary and they talk about the process and what's involved. And during the time, mind you, this was 2007, so it's not as, I guess, liberal as it is now, and as it's getting more and more as more states legalize it, and countries as well. So, yeah, go Texas. So anyway, yeah, this movie was very, very refreshing. I saw it when it came out, so it's not like I just saw it. And man, I just was blown away when I saw it, because at the time I didn't have a medicinal marijuana cannabis card. They keep calling it marijuana. It's going to be called that forever probably. But anyway, I didn't have a card at the time, so I was watching it, and it really gave me a lot of information on how to go about doing that, because I use cannabis as a healing method for many of my ails. I have PTSD. I have like insomnia. I have chronic pain in both of my knees. I have chronic pain in both of my my ankles. I got a lot of stuff going on, guys. So I want to be able to utilize a natural medicine and not the prescriptions that doctors give me, pills and stuff that makes me sick. So anyway, I was very, very impressed by this movie. They showed all kinds of things in there. It's hard to really pin it down, all the stuff that was going on in there. What they realized is that there really isn't that big of a difference between when he smoked and when he didn't smoke. I mean, his lung capacity wasn't any that much worse when he did smoke. And it was just remarkable, because he documented his life, right there on film for everybody to see. To see that when he does partake in cannabis, that he's just a normal person, probably a lot more lighter-hearted and feels a lot more comfortable within his skin and whatever. He's not doing anything to harm anybody. He's just telling jokes and going around the world, and just like this movie, I think at the time he wasn't really like a political activist or anything like that, and I don't think he really considers himself a political activist, but just by example, by like sharing his story and sharing other people's stories. And that's what was touching too about the documentary, is that he slash movie is that he shared like other people's stories, personal stories. He went to Oakland, to Oaksterdam. He met the big guy that runs it, and then he's in a weird wheelchair. There was another guy in a wheelchair, talked about his usage of it, and he said, looking at me, people will assume, yeah, I need the cannabis, but looking at you guys, they wouldn't even think that. But, who's more qualified to tell you what you need, And he's like, your doctor tells you what you need. But I really think it's just a personal thing. If you try it and you like it and it works for you, then keep going with it. It's way less damaging than alcohol. So, and not as addictive as alcohol. I don't think it's addictive at all. That's my personal experience with it. So this movie just really, it's really inspiring, because beforehand I did read The Emperor Wears No Clothes, and I was really impressed by that. Yet I was still timid to really go out there and buy anything about it or even look it up, because for fear, because it wasn't legal at all, and it still isn't completely legal. It's legal in the state, in the medicinal area, legal in the state area, but not federally. You could do your research on that too. There's more info about that out there, and there's a lot of great resources out there to check it out. I mean, the world of the internet has made it so much wonderful